On the eve of Black History Month, the Trump administration has ordered a pause on activities related to several observances, including Black History Month, Holocaust Remembrance Day, and Juneteenth. It's to comply with President Trump's order to ban diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at federal agencies. Fort Worth's Dr. Opal Lee led the push to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Candace Sweat sat down with the grandmother of Juneteenth.
I wrote him a letter.
Dr. Opal Lee says she'd like to meet President Trump, have a conversation, and ask him directly.
What is his reason? I just need to know why. And if I can't talk him into understanding how much these mean to us. And
isn't that sad? She's just an old lady, and she's just out there doing what she feels is the right thing. And she thinks she could sit down with Trump and change his mind, just plead with him, just to give us back Black History Month or a holiday or something that ain't going to close the wealth gap. I'm speaking to young people now. We need to let the old people relax and go home and chill. She shouldn't be out there fighting this fight. We don't have nobody else who could be involved in this and sit down with Trump and let him know that we good with Juneteenth and Black History Month and all that other shit going away. Because it's apparently not done any good for us. What, a day off work or a little breakfast for Martin Luther King or some bullshit? Why can't we fight for tangible shit? If we have holidays to acknowledge some advances made by black people, that's cool. But if that's all we got, then we ain't got shit. We ain't got anything. We don't have nothing. This man hasn't been president in 2 weeks and everybody in a panic. We got old people. These women are old. They need to be at home with their grandchildren. But the poor thing is willing to go and fight until she dies. And what she's fighting for isn't going to help us one bit. We need to do better than this, you guys. We have a president who has the goddamn door open. We just ain't got no black people willing to walk through it because we've been conditioned that Trump's breaking the law. He's out to get the Democrats. Where is he directly attacking us? Has he changed your quality of life yet? I'm telling you guys, let's go in there and tell him, fuck the Black History Month. You can have that shit, whatever you want to do. But we need to talk to you about it. And he want to do this. You got everything. You control the country. And now you want to have equal everything. That's bullshit. We ain't going for that. And we need to sit down and talk in them terms. And we need black men involved who weren't appointed by white men in the Democratic Party. We need black men involved because they rarely involve us. They usually like to hear from our women as opposed to us. So what we need to do is go in there and have a fucking adult conversation and let them know that we don't give a fuck about Black History Month. You cannot have us clutching our pearls over no bullshit like that. Really. We really don't give a fuck about it. We don't. We can have our own Black History Months every day. You can't stop us from the way we worship and the way we teach and the way we learn and the history that we respect and respond to. You can't stop that with a stroke of a pen. But we are acting like you can and pleading on the news story here about Donald Trump pausing black. Who give a damn? Who really do? Does it really bother you guys? I'm serious. I never really thought Black History Month was that big of a deal after my elementary. When I was in Los Angeles Unified back in the early 70s, they were really on that shit. We used to have all kind of Black history events, and it instilled a sense of pride and that kind of thing in you. But I just don't think that that's going to do it for us. Our pride needs to be instilled in us another way. And not no 1 month of the year that we got to wait for it to roll around. We should feel that way 12 months out of the year. And so should our children. Not just when they decide they could tolerate 1/12 of the year for us. And it ain't even that little month. We need to talk about that. We get a longer month, but we really don't need it. It's Black History Month, Kwanzaa, and all that other stuff that They're tolerating. I'm tired of that. They're being tolerated. We good, you guys. We good if we just tell them what we really want. They're giving us what they want us to have. Say that real slow.
See if he can't rescind that order.
She's aware of the executive order signed by the president days ago, aimed at ending what the administration has called, quote, radical and wasteful government DEI programs.
I'm going to tell you guys something. A lot of black people aren't really with what Trump's doing. And for good reason. I do understand, based on the information and the knowledge that we have about DEI, we freak the fuck out. Oh my God. Without DEI, we don't stand a chance, which means we haven't gone anywhere in this country. If they still need programs to prop us up, if we still need benefits from the government, directly from the government, that can be just snapped and turned off, then where have we really gone? What have we really done? We've only gotten closer to an oppressor, and we're relying on them to give us any kind of quality of life in this country. Until we can do it for ourselves at our own, what level and where we soar should be completely at our own discretion. But as long as it's under discretion of a oppressor, then we're not free. And I don't care how many holidays they give us. None of that shit should matter, because they gave us and they took it away. The next holiday we celebrate, we should give ourselves. No one should be able to take it away from us, ever, until the end of time. But we keep allowing them to ruin our lives by participating in this bullshit, as opposed to participating in self-betterment, self-enrichment, and unification, so that we can go and make an organized plea and let them know that being senators and congressmen and all of those things, we need those folks. But we need them to do the real job and the work of the black people, because that is what they are up there representing and nothing else. We are at a deficit. 160 years of being out of slavery, folks. We got to start taking steps in the right direction and not letting our old people die fighting. They have fought their fight. They have done what they are going to do. And she's gotten Juneteenth as a holiday. That's a beautiful thing if that's what she fought for and was able to achieve. But we can come along behind her and realize what a waste of fucking time to be able to potentially get in a position to get something like that done and not expose them, because that's all they're willing to do. They're not willing to give you anything more than that. And that's where we can expose them. Oh, you willing to give us a fucking holiday, but you ain't willing to give us no opportunities to make some money. Fuck it. Call that shit reparations, call it whatever you want to call it. But you're going to have to give black men the opportunity to open their barber shops, to do the things that they used to do. When I grew up in LA, back in the day, black men owned businesses. Black men were their own independent contractors and drove taxi cabs around. There was a huge shoe shine parlor on the corner of 85th. I think it was on the corner of 85th and Central. Chambers. Shoe. Iconic. Where is it? Is it still there? I don't know. Is it owned by blacks still? Chambers Shoe Parlor used to do shoe repair, shoe shine, and people would be in and out of that place all day. And when young men in the neighborhood got to a certain age, 13, 14, 15, they would get jobs there, shining shoes in LA on the corner. And I remember this shit. That was some positive shit. And now all we do is go beg for holidays and shit. We need to open some businesses up. I think we can only make it in this country as business owners. I just don't think that we're going to incorporate too well into the this kind of economic system. It's just it's built so much against us. We have to have control of our own economics, and that's just a fact. But right now, at the top of my mind, and the thing that keeps popping back in my head is our old people, man. Damn, y'all, damn. We can't be letting old women go out there talking about, I want to meet him. I just want to tell him, please. What if he listened to her and it broke his heart, which it won't, and he said, okay, I'm giving you that shit back. We can have it back. Is that an accomplishment? Is that a step in the future? No, it ain't. We need to do some things that are taking us in the right direction, that are proven to work, in moving us forward, so they can't be taken away. You can't take away something that you gave somebody that really progressed them, really propelled them down the road. You can't just take that shit away at all, in no way, shape, or form. But if you're giving them shit, it ain't really much of nothing. You can take it away. Holiday every year. Then one year you decide to cancel Christmas. We ain't having it. You can do that. But give us something that builds our lives. Give us the barbershops and the hair salons and the industries that for clothing that we can sell to our own people. And our hair industries, we need to take control of that. We don't need Asians or Indians or anybody else involved in our hair products. Those are personal and they're ours, and nobody understands them better than we do. We cannot be locked out of making money from our own people. And we are. This shit ain't by accident. Going to any of the beauty supply houses in LA, which black women frequent a lot, why are we so easy with just having it's like a hierarchy. The Asians own it. They got the Mexicans working behind the counter, and the blacks are coming in and buying all this shit. It's not supposed to be that way. This is the United States of America, y'all. Why black people's businesses, why are we at the bottom? Because it's intentional. And Trump is not there going to help us. He is not going to help us, but we need to find out how to communicate with the man. Or we're going to continue to be holding on to the Democrats for protection. And you've seen how that's gone.
Agencies rushed to comply, with the Defense Intelligence Agency pausing events for 11 observances, among them Black History Month, Women's History Month, and National Hispanic Heritage.
Real quick, you guys, there is a lot of emphasis placed on the black holidays that are being suspended. There's a list. There's Asian holiday. They ain't say shit about them because they don't give a fuck. Take away their holiday, what they gonna do? They going to work any goddamn way. Them motherfuckers is about their money. And we should be that way. Fuck any of them holidays. We should go to work on those days. Celebrate the fact that we have the opportunity to open a business up, a sandwich shop, a coffee shop, or some shit. Get a franchise. Black people need to be more involved on that level because this other level isn't working. The slave level isn't working for us. And we keep accepting it because that's what they give us. And make it sound like it's not a choice. It's not a choice. Who would choose to live in a community with all the businesses in your small little community owned by recently arrived immigrants? And you see recently arrived immigrants receiving more perks and benefits in the community that you lived in as long as you can remember. And all you have ever done in that neighborhood is gangbang. Been a member of a gang, a street gang. And these people come over here and open up a business and make money. And don't risk going to prison for it. Come on, y'all. That shit ain't no accident. So we're going to have to do better, all of us. But we cannot. If any of you know that old lady who was, talk to her. Tell her, don't. We got this, babe. Grandma, we going to do this shit for you. If y'all know her, there's no way we can sit on our hands and allow our old women to be out there doing that. That is sad. That's heartbreaking. And she's going to be there at a disadvantage with Donald Trump, who don't give a fuck. You imagine what that conversation would go like? I hope she don't get it because it would just be terrible. It'd be terrible. It's other things we can be doing. And then we will be doing.
Month. Juneteenth is also listed, but with an asterisk, saying federal holidays will not be paused.
See? They were saying Juneteenth at the beginning of the telecast. They're trying to. We are very passionate. They know they're gonna get us pissed off, and we're gonna be the first ones out there. You ain't about to take away my Black History Month. Why not? It's the shortest one of the year. Let them take that shit away. Maybe if we ever get it back, it won't be February again. Fuck. At least we could fight for a bigger month. That's a step in the right direction. It's better than the shortest month. And let's do different things in Black History Month. Black History Month shouldn't just be a month of remembering our history. It should be working in our present so that we can have a better future. Maybe that'd be the month that black people get just a mystery 30% boost in everything. Job applications, loan applications. Oh, no, that don't sound right. See, yeah, because they help us. That's what I'm saying. They don't fucking help us. People be like, oh, no, that's not a good idea. So we're never going to get helped. You have to come up with some motherfucking ideas that are going to help us. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're not intentionally helping ourselves. We're trying to not go forward. And we're allowing the Democrats primarily to do it. And right now, Trump isn't doing the good cop, bad cop shit that they used to do and have us believing the Republicans are the bad cop and the Democrats are the good cop. You know, the one that tell you, hey, son, all you got to do is just tell the truth and they'll let you go home. Shit. That's the Democrats. And then you tell the truth and they be like, oh, I didn't know that was going to be the truth. Oh, Lord. Yeah, you're going to stay with us, son, for the rest of your fucking life. So, yeah, we understand that they ain't our friend, and we know they ain't our friend either, but Trump is fucking up the game because he's not playing it the way they play it. They like to do the hot code, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, they agree on the major shit, and it's easy for them to fight against us that way. We finally have a real fight going on. Please get your popcorn and enjoy this shit. And don't get involved. Any of you black people go out there trying to break it up or go talk to Trump while he's in the middle of a battle. Leave him alone. Let him handle his business. When two enemies are fighting, we just go get one of them a glass of water. We ain't got nothing else to do with that.
Lee's granddaughter, Dion Sims, says the move is concerning, but serves as motivation.
We're going to have to work to keep the status quo, just to stay where we are and get out our oars and row against the current.
Just to stay where we are. See, if we keep fighting to stay where we are, we'll never get where we need to be. Because we're just treading water and staying in one place and fighting to do that. You got to realize that's not working. And the good thing about it is, unfortunately, we're at the bottom. So all we have to do is just put our feet down and then plot another course. Don't continue to tread water when you're already this far from the bottom. Just put your goddamn feet down. Stand up. Then let's go from there. If we stand up, we'll probably be better than where we are right now. We're treading water in water that we can stand up in. Let's stand the fuck up and start doing things differently. That's just something that pisses me off, is that these people mean well. These black people. And when a person is uneducated or has been educated a particular way their whole life, that's how they know how to fight. That's what a fight is to them. And symbolism. That's what they've been always willing to negotiate and give us. Symbolic shit, statues, holidays, the shortest month of the year, last place on everything that's important. That's the shit that they're willing to give us, and we accept that. So they get to like, cool. But we need to not accept that. We need to not even ask for it. When that comes into the conversation, we need to get up and go take a break. We'll be back. Because I don't even know where that came from. We need to negotiate the shit that we want, not what you want us to have. It's a simple premise, and we need to stand strong and don't be complicated and blown away by politics. It's confusing as fuck, and most of us never need to even understand it. We need to understand how to get along with black people and what black people need to do better in this life, and not being all up in their politics, because that shit don't work. Anybody heard about the Congressional Black Caucus? MSNBC been taking the fight, I guess, and CNN. Why don't the Congressional Black Caucus ever pipe up and get pissed off and say some shit? Oh shit, at 5 o'clock it's going to be a press conference with the, fuck no, because they lazy as fuck. They not doing anything for us. They chilling. They lost, so they chilling. They don't have nothing to do. For 4 years, I'll let Trump do his thing, because we're the Congressional Black Caucus. We don't deal with the Republicans. We only fuck with that's some shit. We ain't going nowhere like this, y'all. Young people, stand up. Young people, I'm telling you, stand up. Older people, support them, teach them, talk to them, but let them stand back. You got to let them go. You know what I'm saying? They the arrows that's about to go into the future, and to a place that we'll never see, and we have to prepare them for it. We have to prepare them for that, man. We ain't preparing them for shit. We out here fighting their fights and telling them that because the Democrats said this is what they should get, and then there'll just be another generation who ain't fighting as hard as they should be, who's getting pummeled by their ally. Our friend. I'm telling you, the Democrats only want to prove to the Republicans that they're tough on crime, meaning tough on us. so the Republicans still trust them. They ain't gonna break that bond, and we need to. We need to break the bond. We need to let each party know. And you guys know how different it would look if we went into our own small party, because it would only be African Americans, descendants of slaves. That's it. That lady at some point don't get that. We don't have anything, resources or anything else, any kind of provisions where we can help anyone, because we have not yet helped ourselves. So until we can help ourselves, we need to kill the black and brown and trying to help other people, because we always end up down on our knees, balled down like a little box with other people stepping on our back to get in the window or to get over the bridge or wherever the hell they're going, and we are still stuck. It's time to stop. It's time to stand up. If you keep that mentality that you must be standing, not physically standing, always paying attention. They don't like that shit because woke has been turned into a negative thing. Standing could be too, but stand up. Stand the fuck up. There's never nothing bad about standing up. They don't want you to stand up. They want you to come to them and plead for something that they don't want to give you, but if they do, it won't change your circumstance. They completely know they don't want to give it to you just because they don't want to give it to you. But if they do, it ain't going to change your circumstance. So if you do cry and whine or whatever hard enough, and they give in and relent and give you what you was begging for, it don't change your circumstance, and you walking out of there with your head held high. We got to move on, you guys, from the old folks. I think the old people are oh man, they're almost like interpreters. We got the white supremacists on the Democratic and the Republican side, and they're just using any black person who they can find who will go and interpret their message to black people in the most positive way, where we consume it, and we got to stop.
Current, against the tide.
Opal Lee sent a letter of her own to the White House, challenging the president to leave a legacy that uplifts the country. Meanwhile, they're inviting others to join them during the annual Juneteenth march, already in the works.
If you guys can't celebrate all your other cultures, we invite you to find yourself in the Juneteenth story.
You can't. You cannot. If you're in the Juneteenth story, you're either a slave owner or a slave. And we don't want slave owners to find themselves in our story. Our story is our story from our perspective. Can you believe she just said that? Come on, you guys. We got to do better than this, man. We can't be letting these ladies do this. She's older. She's a lady. She needs some support. She want to go down there with that. Ain't going to get us nowhere at all. And I'm not trying to be a naysayer or negative, but let's let Trump keep on doing what he's doing. Every kickback, because it also clears up in my head the fact that if we were where we should be in this world, we wouldn't be stressing. We would be paying attention to what Donald Trump is doing, but it wouldn't be affecting our lives. And if it hasn't affected our lives, hasn't affected mine yet, but when it does, I'll let y'all know. And please, in comments, let me know. I just think a lot of it is hyperbole. They don't want us to think for ourselves, so that to tell us what upsets us. Why didn't this story go deeper in on the Asians' holidays? And they got other holidays that they recognize in the United States that are not national holidays. See, the blacks, they made us special and gave us MLK Day and a black kid, that kind of shit. Which is just shit they can take back. That's all. That's all it means. Asians, you don't hear them kicking about it. You ever see Asians out marching for Asian Day or some shit? They don't care. Because they got bank accounts. They got generational wealth. They got property. They own shit. Businesses. And that's where we need to be. Because we are a small minority, and we need to be specializing in something. Business ownership. Something. We have so many gifts that we give away. So many gifts that we allow lawyers and managers to harness and take control of. And then we're out there pulling the goddamn cart instead of being in the back the reins. We allow that. A shift that big is life changing for a race of people, but we don't get it because they do, and they're unrelenting. They're not gonna just give it up. I just need to let y'all know, stand up. Don't wake up, don't be woke, because woke people are standing. So just stand up and let them know that being at the bottom, you can't scare a person at the bottom. Where are we going from here? You know, they can cut off your government benefits and all that stuff and make you feel like Donald Trump is a bad guy. But I think they're bad guys for giving them to us, for not giving us the real opportunity to progress and to have independence and a loaf of bread and not just some breadcrumbs. That's my take. And please come join me on the next Black Popcorn. Like, comment, share, and please subscribe.